So, what happens when a stable, predictable tech giant gets hit by the AI tidal wave? Well, today we're diving into the story of how Broadcom was radically reshaped by that very revolution, and it all happened in just a matter of months. Okay, take a look at this. For 5 years, Broadcom saw this incredible, steady growth. But then, 2025 hits, and bam, this sudden, almost vertical surge. That's the moment everything changed, and it caught even the most seasoned analysts completely off guard. The big question is, what on earth happened? And just to put the speed of this into perspective, in only 6 months, the expert valuation of Broadcom leaped by over 60%. A jump like that doesn't just happen. Something fundamental shifted inside the company. To really get it, we've got to rewind to the start of the year. So let's set the scene. In early 2025, the market looked at Broadcom and saw a solid, well-run company. A reliable player for sure, but definitely not a rocket ship that was about to take off. This quote from March kind of sums up the feeling perfectly. The consensus was, hey, it's a great business, but the stock price already reflects all that value. There was absolutely no hint of some massive catalyst hiding just around the corner. The story, it seemed, was already written. And then this. The cone just does a complete 180. It goes from a calm, fairly valued, to a frantic buckle up. I mean, this wasn't just some minor update. This was like an emergency broadcast to investors, signaling that a powerful new engine had just roared to life inside Broadcom, changing the entire story. So what was that catalyst? Well, the explosion was powered by Broadcom's AI business catching fire, and it really all comes down to two key pillars. By the third quarter, the scale of this shift was just undeniable. AI wasn't just a part of Broadcom's chip business anymore. It had become the main event, the dominant majority, growing an incredible 63% year over year. It was fundamentally changing the company's DNA. So what's actually driving this? It's a powerful 1-2 punch. First, they're building the custom brains for AI, these things called XPUs. Now this is so important. Instead of selling one-size-fits-all chips, these are custom-built from the ground up for one specific customer's AI needs. And second, they provide the super-fast networking, the nervous system that connects all those powerful brains together. And just when the story couldn't get any more dramatic, Broadcom dropped an absolute bombshell. Over $10 billion in orders from a single, new custom chip customer. This wasn't just a sign of a good quarter. It was a massive flare sent up into the sky, signaling that its AI business was about to get even bigger in 2026. But hold on, this AI transformation isn't just about the chips. See, to build a real empire, you also need to control the software. And that brings us to Broadcom's other massive bet, its absolutely game-changing acquisition of VMware. The strategy here is all about something called the private cloud. Broadcom is basically betting that huge companies want all the power and flexibility of a public cloud, but they want the security and control that comes with keeping their data inside their own walls. And customers are clearly loving this idea. This quote just captures the appeal perfectly. You get all the modern cloud benefits without the headaches, things like runaway costs and security worries that can happen when you're all in on a public cloud provider. And wow, is this strategy paying off? VCF, or VMware Cloud Foundation, creates a single, unified platform that can run everything from old-school applications to the very newest AI models. And this is the crucial link. As companies race to build their own AI capabilities, they need a secure, powerful place inside their own company to do it. VCF is that place. It's so effective that 9 of the top 10 Fortune 500 companies are already on board, driving billions in high-margin software revenue. So, you've got two incredibly powerful engines firing at once, a booming custom AI chip business and a supercharged software division. The big question now is, what does the future hold? Well, there are two ways to look at this. The bull case is pretty clear. They continue to dominate in AI chips and reap huge rewards from the VMware integration. But the bears, they raise some valid points. Is Broadcom getting a little too reliant on the AI boom? And can they really handle the risks of swallowing a company as massive as VMware? Broadcom, for its part, is projecting just extreme confidence. The company is forecasting another record-breaking quarter with a 24% jump in revenue year over year. That's a pretty clear signal that they believe this momentum is still building. I mean, what a whirlwind year. This timeline really puts the sheer speed of this change into perspective. And with their legendary CEO, Hock Tan, committing to lead through at least 2030, the market sees a steady, experienced hand at the wheel to guide the supercharged version of Broadcom into the future. Which leaves us with the big, provocative question. By mastering both the custom silicon that literally powers artificial intelligence and the essential software that runs the world's biggest companies, has Broadcom successfully built an unshakable two-front empire for this new technological age?